Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Um, Look at this sweet little guy right here. I know many of you will recognize this is the sugar kit, and he's my little AA guy, my little AA baby, Josiah. And I actually got him for free. I won him in a contest, and then I sent him off to get some hair, which I did pay for. And I've had him several years now, but isn't he cute? I just love him. Look at his little shoes. I don't know if you can see them or not. I'm going to go to the store at some point in time today and see if I can't find um, another video program that's a little bit less grainy. I've tried and tried to adjust this thing and it just doesn't want to work. But anyway, I just wanted to say good morning. No, I did not cut my hair. I've got it pinned up in the back, and I did a little bit of curl just for once to let y'all know I can look like a human being once in a while. It's not often, but I have no reason to really try to fancy myself up too much because I'm usually at home cleaning or doing crafts or, whatever. I've had this little guy, Josiah, with me for several days now at my daughter's house, helping her out with the grandchildren. She's got this crazy work schedule. She works at the hospital and she's a phlebotomist, and so it's been a lot of crazy hours. And next week, I think she's going to be doing 12-hour shifts, which is pretty standard for the medical realm there at the hospital where she works. She's kind of getting into the groove of things, but she'll be working like 12-hour shifts so many days a week, and then she'll have so many days off. So I won't be here at my daughter's house quite as often as I have been recently. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and say good morning. I don't really have a specific topic to talk about. I do have some thoughts on some future videos that I would like to do. I don't know if anyone is, gaining any kind of pleasure out of watching me chat. But there's been a lot of things that have happened this past week that I do want to talk about. I always love talking about Reborns, but my channel is geared more towards my everyday life and different things that I encounter in life, and different areas of conflict, and different areas regarding my family, and just life in general, just my little corner of the world. That's basically all I'm, going to focus on. And I'm a mix. I'm a smorgasbord of personalities and activities and crafts and you name it, this is what I do. I mean, and when I say different personalities, sometimes I'm just, my personality feels very deflated. And then other times my personality is way up there in the clouds somewhere. It really just depends. I'm not going to say I'm a schizophrenic, and I wouldn't make fun of anyone that was, believe me. But I am prone to dispositions, I guess you could say, different attitudes at times. Sometimes I can be just as sweet as honey, and then other times I'm sarcastic. I guess it is what it is. You got to take me or leave me, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know what to say. But it has been an interesting week, a very heart-wrenching week for me in more ways than one. But in some aspects, talking about this heart thing, there has been some inner release. And I'll share that with y'all on my next video, hopefully. I've been writing down some thoughts that I've been having, and perhaps someone can glean from those thoughts and not have to go through, what I've been going through needlessly, wasting precious time, wasting precious, avenues in your life when you could be doing more constructive things, producing more positive energy. I guess they say a positive energy. Um, my positive energy comes in a variety of ways, or is expelled in a variety of ways, but it has been very limited. I've capped it off, and I've done that. Nobody else has done that. I've done that. And so I want to talk about that. I want to say how much I appreciate another shout out for Belle's Reborn Nursery. I absolutely love her to pieces. And Sam, her friend, haven't had a chance to really look at all of Sam's videos that she has out. But I know that Sam's Reborn Nursery and Belle's Reborn Nursery, they're very good friends, and I appreciate and value that friendship. And I am always interested and eager to hear what Sam has to say. I love her verbiage. I love her structure of conversation. And I love how she expresses herself. It seems that I can turn Southern on you, okay, in a minute, in a minute, okay, but it's so nice, like, for example, with Sam, okay, and I'm giving a little shout out for her too, and I know none of this makes sense. You guys are like, this lady here, Homespun, she's crazy. Yes, you're right. I am crazy, and I'm very proud of it. But the eloquence with which Sam expresses herself, her wording, I love it. I love it. I'm mesmerized by her voice and the terms that she uses, because around here, it's very rare to hear someone speak proper English. I'm sorry to say. This is North Carolina. I'm not saying that North Carolinians do not know how to talk. They do. But it's a lazy, slangy language. Sorry. I hope I didn't offend anybody by saying that. But, I was born in Portland, Maine. And I was raised half my life in North Kingstown, Rhode Island. And despite that, I never had a strong, Yankee, so to speak, accent. I mean, my mother is full-blooded Canadian French. My grandmother's full-blooded Canadian French, and my grandfather's full-blooded Canadian French. My dad, on the other hand, is from the opposite spectrum. He's got Cherokee Indian, he's got some Irish in him, and I don't know what all else. But I know he has the Cherokee Indian, and it's a prominent gene because my grandfather, my dad's dad, has shared with me stories about the fact that my great whatever year when the Trail of Tears occurred, that era, I had family that were a part of the Trail of Tears with the Cherokee Indians being moved from their lands and all of that, and the sadness and sickness that took place during that time. And I actually have a picture. I'll have to share it with y'all one of these days. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent here. But I am, my mother was born in New Brunswick, Canada. And I was born in Portland, Maine. And I never had a really strong northern accent, even though I would say that my accent was basically pretty square, just like I'm talking to you now. I might have a little southern twang now, and I know I do. If I was to go to Rhode Island now and start talking, they would be like, oh, you have such a southern accent. But I technically never had a strong Yankee accent. So needless to say, when I came down here, and, and up north, you have the New England, and you have Boston, and you have all these different areas of demographics, and people speak proper English. Most of the time they do. And that's where I learned my love of language. I'm not going to say that I'm eloquent with my words. I'm not. But I was an avid reader when I was a kid. That was my escape mechanism. and I love to read. And evidently, I must have really absorbed, a lot of the uh, terminology. And then, of course, when I was in school, English and vocabulary and creative writing and comprehensive reading and all of that stuff was fascinating to me. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Made excellent grades, always did. But anyway, on the vocabulary stuff, I'm not going to say I made excellent grades in all the other subjects, but needless to say, I said all that to say I love listening to Sam speak because she speaks so eloquently and she uses pronunciation and she uses her words correctly. And I love that. I'm just like, wow, somebody's actually speaking proper English. Hello. I know, I'm crazy. Now, going back to Belle's Reborn Nursery. She's wonderful as well. I love her personality. And her and Sam are different, but that's okay because that's what makes life interesting. But like I said, I don't have a specific topic today. I'm kind of having a little coffee clack with those of you that are interested in listening to what I have to say. But there's been a lot going on with me this week, and some of it's been very painful, very painful. As you know, a good friend of mine passed away recently, and then another situation that's happening now with sickness and potential, uh, uh, you know, it's terminal, okay? But that situation is entirely different in its realm of heart-wrenching, tears, a lot of serious inner thought on my part, analyzing a lot in my heart. Oh, I, I'm going to share my story. I'm going to share my story one of these days soon. But I do want to share with y'all, um, you know, what may be forthcoming in some of my videos. Like I said, this one's kind of a shallow, hello, good morning, I hope you're having a good day type video. It has been raining here, but it let up some. And right now the temperature's mild. It's beautiful outside. I don't know if it's going to continue um, I don't think it's going to be sunny. I think it's going to rain again later, but that's fine. This is spring. This is what happens around North Carolina. And we got the craziest weather here. As I've mentioned, they have a saying in North Carolina, if you don't like the weather, just hang around one day and you will find that you have all 4 seasons here. It can be 90 degrees, 80 degrees one day. Like today, they said it was supposed to be like in that maybe low 80s, high 70s, but then not 4 or 5 days ago, I could see my breath in the air. I mean, it's crazy. It's just North Carolina has the weirdest weather, and I do miss the 4 seasons. When I lived up north, I really enjoyed the true 4 seasons, and actually, my most favorite time of the year is what they called Indian summer. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. It was just a time of the temperature was perfect. Everything was just beautiful, colors and trees, and this and that and the other. True 4 seasons. I do miss that, but anyway, going back to these life-changing events, you know, that's caused kind of a stall in my normal routine of things. I have been very internal. I've been thinking a lot and analyzing and trying to come to terms with a lot of things, but I'll talk about that in another video. I don't want to, to me, this is like scrambled eggs. It's just kind of all over the place, this video, but I didn't want to let anybody down in case they were looking forward to hearing my voice. Ha ha ha. But I just thought I'd get on and let y'all know that I am thinking about you guys. Those of you that have been kind enough to leave comments, and lots of positive comments. I'm overwhelmed with the sweet and courteous thoughts and expressions that people have been sending me, especially, I don't mean to keep saying Belle's Reborn Nursery, but I do really appreciate her efforts. She has amazed me with her energy to offer so much on YouTube as far as, just each day she offers something that's beneficial in one way or another, depending on what you're looking for. I mean, I don't expect that someone's going to watch her every single day, all the different varieties, but I do personally. Now, the kids' corner is awesome. I can't wait to see what she does with that. She is so sweet. And so thoughtful. I mean, who thinks about, that? I don't know. It's just so thoughtful of her to want to do that. And then Sam's always right there holding her hand. And by the way, speaking of Sam again, her little girl is just absolutely adorable. And I need to find out, Sam, if you're listening to this, I need to find out what size flip-flop does your little girl wear. And I need to find out what size flip-flop you wear. And Belle's Reborn Nursery, I need to find out what size flip-flop you wear as well. Because I want to have, I want to send a special treat to all of you. There's several of you that have posted, and one lady in particular, she was like my very first person. I think she merits a pair of flip-flops too. So, and maybe what I might do is make up several pair of flip-flops in different colors and different sizes and have a drawing. Have a drawing of some sort, and whoever wins, can benefit and send me your snail mail, and I'll send you the flip-flops. There won't be a lot of heavy rules. All you have to do is just be subscribe to my page, like my videos, and if you want to share, you may. I'll make it easy. You don't have to share, but if you just leave a comment telling me what it is that you like about the videos, that'll qualify you as well. And it's going to be hard, so somehow I have to be able to figure out. I think if you want to participate in that, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, and I'm talking all over the board. I'm sorry about that. That's just sorry. But what we'll do is I'll do another video soon on what to do regarding the drawing, and somehow I have to designate numbers or whatnot to each name. So if you're going to participate in this little flip-flop thing, and you subscribe and you like my videos and tell me why you like my video. I'm not even saying you have to share. You don't have to share my video. Just be a subscription individual. Leave a comment as to why. And you're going to have to leave the comment under the flip-flop contest. So what I'll do is I'll make a second video on the flip-flop contest. And that's where you guys can all post so that I can keep track of each person rather than being scattered all over. That's like Facebook. If you share on Facebook, I'm not going to have time to sit down and try to figure out, like Sam and Belle, they're so with it on the power curve with the computer. I will be lost. So to keep it simple, Sam, I'll do another video and we'll have a drawing, and I'll do varying sizes so that if, like, say if you're small, you'll have a pair of flip-flops that fit you, or if you're a large, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so we'll do that. I'm going to make another video, the flip-flop contest, and like I said, the rules are going to be so simple, and I think it'll be fun. I think, and I'll actually sit down, if you'd like, in that video and show you how I make them, so that when I as I'm doing the contest or whatever, I'll show you how I make them. But what I'll do is I'll give everyone, I don't know, if you have any suggestions on how this is supposed to work. Do I give you like a week or 2 weeks, and then I do the drawing that way? Y'all let me know how it works. Give me some feedback under this video, And then the next video I do, I'm going to detail it, you know, flip-flop contest, and we'll go from there. How's that? Does that sound good? Does that sound fun? But Sam and Belle and Sam's little girl, and maybe the very first one that became not a subscriber, but actually posted and said she liked my video, she's going to have to tell me her size as well. And I'll go back and look and see what her name is. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for being my friend. I do not, in reality, hang out with anybody in real life other than my family. I hang around my grandchildren. I have one that I call my grandson in love, which I was just thinking about him yesterday because he loves the Dollar Tree. Of course, he's only 5. No, I'm sorry. He's 5. Excuse me. He's 5, and he's full-blooded Chinese. Oh my God, adorable. I love him to pieces. I could just eat him. I could just eat him up. He's considered my grandchild, but I call him my grandson in love, which I did a video on him, if you care to watch that, about his experience at a daycare where he was abused by one of the teachers. Um, but but anyway, I hang around my family most of the time, and I have my little dog, Roxanne, which you met her on some of my videos, but I don't really have live, you know, friends other than, you know, my friend Denise that just passed away was someone that I didn't see all the time. We were friends, yes, but you know how you can call someone on the phone and say, let's go shopping, or let's go do a cup of coffee, or, you know, let's do something together, or whatever. I don't have that rapport with anybody. I've always been a one person friend. I'm not jealous of other people having a friend. Like, say if I was your friend and you had 5 or 6 other friends that you were close with, that doesn't bother me. But I'm just not a socialite, I guess you could say. I'm not. I do genuinely enjoy being around people, but I'm just not socially involved. I'm not going to say I'm socially inept, but I'm just not socially involved, and I'm not quite sure why that is. But so I want to say thank you for just taking time out of your life to listen to my voice. I mean, that means a lot to me. It really, really, really does. It means a lot to me. I just, you know, in my heart of hearts, I'm thinking, well, what could I possibly say that would be of interest to anybody? But people, and yet some people do enjoy listening to me. So I think that's wonderful. And I'm just starting out. I'm brand new in all this. And I plan on, you know, trying to come up with some different ideas on videos, keep things interesting. But mainly it's just about my life, just in general, just the things that I like to do, my thoughts on things. Whoops. You know, what I'm feeling or thinking on that given day. That type of stuff. So, you know, and of course, reborns are very much a part of my life. One of these days, I'm going to sit down and learn how to make one. I've taken one apart before, and you know, like weighted the baby, and you know, I remember the first time I took one of my reborn babies' head. I had to remove the head. She was so floppy, but she was it was Kaden. She was the big baby, and one of my twins, and her head just kept flopping and flopping, and but she was too big for her to have that type of you know, her neck being like that was more for a newborn, so I had to fix her. And I was telling one of the ladies, what do I do? You know, how do I fix it? And she's like, well, you know, da 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 da. And I was like, oh my God, you mean I got to take off her head? And I'm thinking, no, I'm going to have to be inebriated to do that, because just the thought of taking her head off, oh Lord. But I did it. I cut you know, the zip tie, and, you know, redid everything with her head and everything so it wasn't so heavy. But I remember I was so nervous. I mean, you'd have thought I was doing actual surgery or something, you know. I was so nervous, and then it was so weird to take her head off, and because you know they're dolls, but at the same time there's a lifelikeness to them that you're like, oh, I don't want to hurt the baby, you know. But anyway, one of these days I'm going to make one, and I've got all the resources that I need. I even paid over 300 and some odd dollars for a class a year ago, and I haven't utilized it yet, and I really need to before I lose the privilege, because she's going to think I just totally disappeared. I haven't even done one lesson yet out of it, but I've just been so busy. But I really want to commit at some point in time between these videos and my willingness to learn how to do this reboarding thing. I mean, at least if I could just make a few reborns just to see what it's all about, and then go from there. Who knows? I may end up loving it to the point of wanting to continue on just for personal, preferences, because I don't know that I would be good enough to sell a baby, um, but then again, I may find it's torture to do it, and I don't want to do it. I'd rather just be a consumer and buy reborns from other artists. So, but anyway, little baby guy, look at your baby. Isn't he cute? Look at him. Oh, look at his hair. He's a darling. He really, really is a darling. I love the sugar kit. I have another one, little girl, and she is absolutely adorable as well. Those poochy little lips and that poochy little face. Here, I'll bring him up a little bit closer so you can see how cute. Look at his hair. He's so adorable. I love my babies. I really do. I love my babies. All right, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and close because I don't have a whole lot more that I need to say. I'm going to go ahead and feed this little guy his bottle. And I will get back with you guys and we'll do the flip-flop contest. And then, of course, I also want to share with you some of the other things that's been going on in my life with my heartfelt situations that are going on. So anyway, bear with me. Let me know if there's a specific topic you want to talk about, or maybe you just need a friend to hold your hand and give you a hug. I'm here. Okay? So you guys have a good day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.